So we're gonna go over the assembly of the unit, just so you guys know what it looks like after it's all put together. What you're gonna be getting is everything's gonna be in boxes, all the different parts, but once it's fully assembled, the unit's gonna look like this. So we'll go through all the different things. You're gonna be getting casters, right? So you have two lockable wheels, these are the unlocked ones, and then you're gonna have two locked ones. What we recommend doing, so this is what the locked ones are gonna look like. Those are the ones that don't get locked. What we recommend is having two on one side, two of the locked ones on one side and two of the unlocked ones on the other side. So if we're facing the manway, it would be the two on the left or the two on the right. But if you have your own preferences, you're more than welcome to do it differently, but that's how we normally do it here. And then you're gonna have three different pipes that are gonna be inside of the vessel. And then one is gonna be your blow-off arm, which goes here on this port. So if you look at the top, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? When you receive the vessel, you'll have this one already in place. So you'll have the blow-off arm where you have the pressure gauges on your right-hand side. So you're gonna have two pressure gauges, one here and one here. You wanna undo this actually and then retape it with Teflon and tighten it down. So, but this is what this assembly is gonna look like. One of the tubes is gonna line up perfectly here. And so when you have the clamps, right, I recommend first undoing this, putting the clamp on, and then this will come off with a hex wrench. Then line it up, clamp it, and then you'll be able to tighten it down over here. So you'd end up with your blow-off arm, two pressure gauges, and a butterfly valve. This is what a butterfly valve is, right? And don't forget, you need to have a gasket in between these when you put it together. Then you're gonna have your level sensor, right? So it's gonna look like this, gonna have this brass sort of coloration. You're gonna have, sight glass. You just have to tri-clamp it here, and this is gonna be wired to your panel. You also wanna be able to, you could hand tighten this. You wanna hand tighten it before you start doing anything, but this would be your sight glass with your level sensor. These probes, you're able to snip them down if they're too long. You can cut them down, it'll be fine. And that way it's just easier to tighten it down. Over here would be, so if you're facing the manway, right? This other port that's down here, that would be your water inlet. So what we do first is we connect the butterfly valve, and then you can get an adapter that allows you to connect the hose directly to here. But to add the water, you can just open the manway, dump it in, and you'll be fine. So this right here, when you get your vessel, your autoclave, you're already gonna have this this port already put together, which is where your thermal globe is gonna go. So that's where your temperature probe is gonna go in, and that also connects into the panel. So one of the other tubes you're gonna get is the CIP spray balm. So that's a later addition where we're gonna have a pump to be able to clean out the vessel without having to take everything out in terms of you pressure washing or anything. But you're gonna have a pipe, same things before. You're gonna have it with this the hose holder, tube holding. Put that first, and then this is gonna line straight down the center of your vessel. And tighten it down, and you'll have a butterfly valve there as well. Then over here, these two back ports, the back side of the vessel, the autoclave, you have two pressure relief valves, right? You're gonna have two of these. These are redundant. So if anything happens, you can have two of these, or you can use, this is the one set for 14.7 PSI. So that goes there or there, same thing, interchangeable. Or you can have two of these. But you'll be getting three in total. You're gonna be getting one of these and one of these. So this is the pressure relief valve that's set for a higher pressure. And this is the one set for 14.7 PSI. So you wanna make sure you have one of this and one of this. So if something happens, you're able to replace one of them. But if you have two of them, that's fine, that'll still work. But these are pressure relief valves, or PRVs. Then the shortest hose that you get from the three hoses is your dump tubing. You're just gonna try clamp it over there and attach a butterfly valve over here. Your elements are gonna go here, try clamp them, and you're also gonna receive an end cap. Depending on your vessel model and everything, you're gonna have different amounts of elements. But you see, the one that doesn't have an element, you just put an end cap. The end cap is the one that has no that flat ending. So if you have a 550, 118, you have three elements. You have a 310 or with 310 is gonna have two elements. So just make sure that you put the right amount of elements, and you're gonna have the right amount of end caps as well. And then what we're missing here though are the grounding lugs. So you see how you have this green cable sticking out for each one of the elements. what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a grounding lug, put it onto here, and then ground this element onto there. What we could do as well, we're gonna also ground the panel. So I'll be attaching one actually later today. I'll send over just an example of what it's gonna look like, so that way you guys know as well how it needs to be connected. And that's how the system should look. Just one more look. There you go.